everybody, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to be doing this look right here as well. I don't know what I'm doing. As well as giving you guys my thoughts, opinions, review, all that good stuff on the new Bad Habit Lightspeed palette. So if you're interested to see how I got this look, my feelings on this palette, was it one of my favorites? Do I recommend it to you guys? If you want to know, let's get started. Don't know what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. You know what that means, guys. It's been a coffee strong kind of day. I'll be right back with my mascara and my eyeliner. Okay, so I'm back with my liner and my mascara, and you guys are probably, well, depending on editing and things like that, because I don't know if you could tell or not, but I was actually whitening my teeth. I did have like this little glowiness about me, but I was trying to just really focus it on my eyes. But anyways, I do use, a lot of you guys have been asking, I use this right here by Smile Science. It is a nice little, like, it comes like this, but I have everything else, such as the moldable trays and everything, and the little glow lamp. That's all in my bathroom because I you know, cleaned it off and all that good stuff. But as you guys can see, it works very well. I purposely don't have lipstick on because I wanted you guys to see that they do look whiter, whether or not you put a lipstick on, because that's the whole thing. I see like a lot of people, you know, and like those whitening commercials that put like this blue-red lipstick on. I'm like, well, of course they're gonna look whiter, you know? So that's why I chose to use zero things on my lips so you guys could see that they actually do whiten. And I did do the bottoms of my teeth as well. I don't know if I mentioned it already. It is FDA registered, cruelty free, as well as I do have a coupon code, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. They did send this to me complimentary, but they are not paying me to talk about this product. They did give me a coupon code, just Hotmess, which I will leave the link and the coupon code down below. If you do pick up this set, which is $29, I do get a little bit of a kickback. Just real quick, you do get a teeth whitening pen that you just brush this on, and then you can use a little light activator as well to help. But you guys have actually been noticing, which I thought was awesome, because I've kind of like one of those things where I didn't want to talk about this product until after I had been using it for a while, and you guys have been asking, and I was like, oh, I don't want to just say it just yet. I want to make sure I like it, and it's not harmful to my teeth or anything. It doesn't make them sensitive, so that's very nice. So anyways, let's get into talking about the Lightspeed palette. As you guys see, I am using it, or I did apply some of the shades onto my lid, as well as using my Pure Soleil Diaries palette. Now let's go ahead and I'll zoom you guys in, zoom you guys back out, and then we'll talk about this palette, because I have a lot of opinions, guys. I really do. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I did change. It's literally been a couple hours since I actually applied this to my lids and all that good stuff, so I now have an actual shirt on versus my hoodie on. Let's go ahead and zoom back out. Like I said, this is a final look with the product, and I really want to talk to you guys about it, so let's zoom back out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just go ahead and talk about this. As I said, I did use the Pure Soleil Diaries. I did receive this in my Boxycharm. I just don't feel like with these 8 shades that you really can make a whole eye look with just this palette. I mean, maybe you can, but I have tried around multiple times to do that, and I just don't feel like I can get a really cute look by just using this palette. Now, one thing I do want to note is right through here, you guys did see me apply this super sonic shade, this green shade right here underneath, For some reason, I guess I must have kind of got it on my waterline a little bit, and it actually irritated my eye. But there's other eyeshadows out there that I can actually apply to my waterline, and I don't have an issue with it. But I will tell you guys, this green shade really irritated that part of my waterline where it got on there. So as you'll see or saw in the up close and everything, there's a whole patch of that missing just because it got on there, and then the couple hours that I've been wearing it, it's watered out and watered off and all that good stuff. And thankfully it's not the allergies, guys. Today my allergies are doing pretty well. So my thoughts on this palette, do I want to get into that just yet? Let's go ahead and do swatches first, then I'll give you guys my actual thoughts. So we're going to go ahead and start swatching right off, and this is the shade Blast Off. I'm not going to fast forward you guys on this. This is the shade Hyperdrive. The next is the green Supersonic. Last is the shade Force. Let's ignore the fact that I do not have nail polish on my nails. Next is Gravity with the shade Orbit. I did use, actually, I forgot, I used Force and Supersonic as well. Next we're going to go in with Momentum, which is this blue shade. Looks beautiful. And then Black Hole, which is just black. Okay, so these are the swatches of all 8 of the shades. Wish I could talk. First video of the day, guys. Here's what I want to talk about. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. This is literally like the 3rd time I've filmed this video from playing with this. This is not, by the way, a first impression video. Okay, let's just go ahead and start off with some of the issues I had with this palette. This shade right here called Hyperdrive. Okay, now as you guys saw, it's swatched pretty well. It looks really pigmented, and it is, but the issue that I did have with this is when I'm using a brush, it seemed to get very patchy on me. Now, playing around with, you know, all of my Bad Habit palettes and things like that I have, I'm like looking around at all of them. Off the top of my head, I couldn't think of any that actually have that particular shade right here, other than an Okaland palette that is a dupe for the Lime Crime, which I can't remember if I used in the actual video or not. But for some reason I was thinking I did use this filter shade. I think I did, I can't remember. So as you guys know, that's the Bad Habit one. Here's the Okaland one, and it is just a better overall swatch there. And I have like been testing them out, and the Okaland blue was much better than this one. I don't have an issue with it getting patchy on me. This one I did, and then because my initial look that I did, I had used this shade, this shade, this shade, pretty much all of them but the black. And the issue I had with this one is when you were blending, it started to just kind of blend away. And then when I had put these two by each other and was using those two together and blended, they would just blend away. And like I said, this one was really patchy. So I'm like, okay, let's continue to play around a little bit. And so the more I played around, the more my overall was, how can I make this work? And the only way to get it to work was to use the 2 shades that you guys saw me use, Orbit and Gravity. Now, what I do want to mention with the shade Orbit is it is a beautiful color. I mean, it is such a pretty, just beautiful, sparkly, but it's very glittery. Okay, I know I didn't finish that sentence, but it's very glittery. Now, as you guys saw, I purposely tried to apply it to show you guys by itself, to show you guys there is quite a bit of fallout. The best way to use this shade and this Orbit shade is to use your MAC Fix Plus or some sort of like setting spray, or even if it's just water on your brush, and just really pack it on. Now, as you guys noticed, in the actual application process, it seemed to go on very bright and bold. Now, as it kind of like dries down, I went throughout my day, you guys can see it's not as bold as it was when I was actually applying that. Now again, be mindful, this is only a $10 palette, so it's not like you're paying an ungodly amount. And you're not, you know, the quality's just not there. To be honest, this is just kind of one of those things where I just wasn't overly happy with this palette. Now, like I said, there is a total of 8 shades. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Kat Von D Divine palette. I personally do not have that palette, and the reason I don't have that palette is it's like $38. and you have these exact shades in here, and you know, looking in my monitor, looking in the mirror and things like that, these are just not shades that I'm going to gravitate to very, very often. So I just didn't see spending that kind of money for, you know, picking up that palette. I was a little bit okay, you know, obviously I was a little bit better with spending the $10, but to be honest with you, this is definitely one of my least favorite Bad Habit palettes that they've ever created. I mean, I don't think it's the absolute worst. I think that this shade right here, Force, that is a very pretty shade. I mean, I like all three of these shades, but I mean, as you guys see, this has really worn off, and it's only been a couple, 2-3 hours that I've had this on. So they're not a very bold type of shadow. Even after I've like finished my entire face, I will set with a setting spray, and I feel like that helps to lock in your eyeshadow typically throughout the day. But for me, I just don't feel like it wears very, very well, and you will get quite a bit of fallout, especially if you do not spray your brush. Now, I don't personally use like glitter glue or anything like that. I use my concealer to use as a primer. On top of, like, I use my Tatcha Silk Canvas primer today as well. So that is also a primer that can be used on your eyes, your lips, your face, all that good stuff. Now, the black shade I have used in the past is just doing like a stamp type of line. I did not use that today, but this does work well. This is a very, very pigmented white, and you could set your entire eye with it if you really wanted to. But for me personally, this palette is kind of a mess. I think that if these colors talk to you, I think you're gonna love this palette. Now, it is like your typical Bad Habit formula. There's gonna be a lot of kickback or kick up, and there is going to be quite a bit of fallout, especially on these two blues. Completely ruined my face. You guys know that I typically put my face on, well, not typically, I always put my face on first, then go in and do my eyes. And I was, you know, to me, fallout is not like the end of the world by any means. And normally I just take my brush right here and I'm good. I will tell you guys, that's not the case with, especially with these blues. The black would be the same way too. It just, you go to wipe it off and it's just, it's so pigmented or something that it just kind of sticks to your face no matter what. And then I ended up with like a funky blue, looked like someone bopped me in the cheek type of look. Kind of what I wasn't going for the day. So I was really bummed out by that, and to be honest with you guys, this is just not a favorite palette of mine at all from Bad Habit. I mean, there are a few shades in here that are okay, but again, you're not going to get the, you know, longevity that I feel like you typically do when it comes to a lot of their palettes and formulas and shadows and things like that. Like I said, this blue, I thought it was absolutely beautiful, but the blue in the Oakland palette is actually much, much better. This is a dupe for the Lime Crime. I actually did a Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money video on this, so definitely check my playlist because you guys will find it. Like I said, I can't remember if I used it in the video, but I have used this palette since that video, and I love the blue on this. I don't have an issue with it patching out on me or anything like that, or the fallout getting all over my face and just being a pain to get off of my face. So, you know, with that, I was like, that's an issue for me. A little bit about the palette. It does say it does last 12 months. Now, to be honest with you guys, some palettes last longer than that. I am not one that gets rid of my palettes as soon as like the 12-month mark is up. So anyways, there's that. It does say that it is cruelty free, but I will tell you guys, it does say it's made in the PRC. So take it with what you will. A little bit, like I said, about the ingredients. The #1 ingredient is talc. If you are sensitive to talc, you will probably be sensitive to this, or you will be. But like I said, with that green getting in my waterline, I definitely say stay clear of your waterline with this. But, you know, overall, it's just not a palette that I think is fabulous. And I would tell you guys, like, yes, it's worth your $10 at all. Like, you know what? And I know I said, even if it is your colors, I don't know. I just don't think that the quality of these were that great. They just really weren't. So, and that, like I said, that is why I was using this palette with it, because I just couldn't create a one and done kind of look with this palette. So anyways, for me, it was a miss. I'm not overly happy with it. If this is your jam, then you may love this, but just, you know, be, you know, mindful, you guys. Like, not everything that works for me is going to work for you, and vice versa. So hopefully we can stay kind in the comments down below, and just know that I'm just doing this video, and it's not to be intended as like a hate video or anything like that. This is just my personal opinion. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up down below. As well as if you would like to see more of my content, I do upload 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So if you would like to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell, because if you don't hit that notification bell, you're never going to know that I upload a video. That's the truth. That's the way that YouTube is working now. So anyways, to be notified, hit that little bell, as well as all the teeth whitening information I will have listed in my information box or description box down below for you guys. So anyways, until next time, my friends, as always, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and very blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky.